Good evening and welcome to our Glendale City Council meeting. If you would like to speak on any of the items that are on the agenda, please fill out a gold card and hand it to the police officer in the back of the room. The mayor will call your name, and when it's your turn to speak, you can make your way to the podium. All speakers have 3 minutes. If you would like to talk about an item that's not on the agenda, please complete a blue speaker card and give that one to the officer in the back of the room. Items that are not on the agenda are heard at the end of the voting meeting. Glendale has 7 city council members: Mayor Jerry Wires, Vice Mayor Ray Malnar of the Saguaro District, Councilmember Leandro Baldenegro of the Ocotillo District, Councilmember Lupe Conchas of the Cactus District, Councilmember Diana Guzman of the Yucca District, Councilmember Lauren Tomachoff of the Choya District, and Councilmember Bart Turner of the Barrow District. This meeting is streaming live on Glendale's Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as the city's cable television station, Glendale Channel 11. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening and welcome to the Glendale City Council meeting of January 27, 2026. This meeting is called to order. I'd like to note that the mayor's absence is excused. He's attending the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And seeing that the rest of the council is here, we will please make note in the record. The next 2 items on the agenda are the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Today's invocation will be delivered by Prophetess Jolly DeMaya of Mount Zion Prayer Ministries. Men, if appropriate, please remove your hats. Please stand for the invocation and remain standing as I lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, everybody. I want to be grateful for this opportunity. This is a very great and amazing thing to be here and to start the meeting with a prayer. As it is written in the Bible, Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, the Bible says, when we put God first, every other thing falls in place. And so I know and I believe that this meeting is going to be a peaceful one, a one that brings forth wisdom from God, with understanding, and with peace that will help our entire officials to be able to run our community in the rightful manner. I give God the glory for each person under the sound of my voice, and I pray that Jehovah Yeshua give you the wisdom, the direction, and the pleasant opportunity to do his work and to lead our community in the rightful direction. May God bless you, and may God continue to lead you. Thank you. And God, we praise you in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Next on the agenda is the consideration of the minutes from the January 13th, 2026 voting meeting. Council members, do you have any corrections or additions to the minutes? Seeing none, do I have a motion for the January 13th, 2026 voting meeting?
Vice Mayor?
Yes, Council member.
I move that the council approve the minutes of the January 13th, 2026 voting meeing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Council member Conchas and a second by Councilmember Baldenero. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. I will now step to the podium and present a proclamation proclaiming the month of January as Anti-Human Trafficking Month in the city of Glendale. Accepting the proclamation for the Not in Our City will be Government Liaison Joe Grossman, Pastor Dan Stephan, and Scott September. And for the Glendale Police Department, Human Trafficking Detectives Sergeant Eric Hart and Commander Horrell. Please meet me at the podium. Okay, what I'm going to do is read this proclamation. Whereas human trafficking is a global plague that impacts millions of people each year, including tens of thousands of Americans. And whereas the United States ranks as one of the worst countries globally for human trafficking. And whereas Arizona ranks in the top 15 states with the highest rate of human trafficking per capita, and human trafficking impacts people across all demographics and ages, including teenagers and children. And whereas the battle against human trafficking includes supporting efforts in schools, churches, nonprofits, law enforcement, and businesses to prevent human trafficking, intervene, disrupt, and dismantle human trafficking syndicates, and provide resources to and support for victims of human trafficking. Whereas the City of Glendale joins schools, churches, nonprofit organizations, law enforcement, federal and state coalitions, and the NotInOurCity.org movement in our commitment to increase public awareness of the human trafficking epidemic that impacts our community, state, nation, and world. Now therefore, I, Jerry P. Wires, Mayor of the City of Glendale, Arizona, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of January 2026, Not in Our City's Human Trafficking Prevention Month in Glendale, Arizona, and urge our citizens and churches, schools to work together to eliminate trafficking from our community and support the efforts of frontline organizations and law enforcement in their battle against human trafficking, and to take a stand. And signed by our city clerk and Mayor Jerry Wires. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Who's going to take this? Side here and let him.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, Council. My name is Scott September, and on behalf of NotInOurCity.org, I want to thank the City of Glendale for once again making this proclamation. Proclamations are important because they tell people who you are and what you believe in and what you stand for. And Glendale's doing this again this year, and their proclamation is there is no safe place for exploitation in the City of Glendale. And so we appreciate that. This is a unifying moment for everybody. There are a lot of things happening right now around our country that divide us. This is not one of those things. This is something that we can all stand behind. And we appreciate Glendale doing this. We have a large event that we do every year. This year is our 8th year of Night of Hope. And it's an opportunity. We have elected officials, we have law enforcement, and we have people from all over the state, community leaders, pastors, and we have a big event that we honor all of the people that are on the front lines fighting this fight. And I want to invite everybody to come to that. I've got Pastor Rob here from Pure Hearts Church who's going to make a formal invitation for you.
Thank you, Scott. And also I want to echo my affirmation and appreciation to members of the City Council, Vice Mayor. Thank you very much for making this proclamation and taking this important stance in our city. I'm not here just as a pastor of the community for almost 35 years in the City of Glendale, but also as a resident of the City of Glendale. My wife and I have raised 3 kids here. We've been in the City of Glendale for almost 40 years now. And so on behalf of, just from the perspective of a resident and a pastor in the city, thank you, members of the City Council, for taking this very, very important stance. We applaud your position and your efforts in combating this kind of issue in our city that needs to be dealt with. So thank you very much. And then, Scott, finally, for what you brought me up here for, to give information, February 22nd is the date of this important event. All of you, family members and friends, are invited to join us at Pure Heart Church. We're just north of Thunderbird on 43rd Avenue. And you may know where we are. We used to have all the trees out in front that were oddly shaped. We have 2 of those remaining for those of you that are fond of those trees. But anyway, the event starts at 5 p.m. and it is an event that will be educational, informative. It's designed to raise awareness and just gather us together to see what we can do to make some positive steps forward in combating this issue in our city. Thank you very much.
One last thing. This year, it's because it's going to be in Glendale. It's going to be near, 48th Avenue near Thunderbird? 43rd and Thunderbird. So I just want to again invite all of council, Vice Mayor. You've attended before. We're making it easy on you. So it's right here in your backyard.
Or nearby.
We'll now move to appointments to boards and commissions and other bodies. Here are the nominations you have nominations. I guess I was going to read them, but I've given that assignment to
Vice
Councilmember
Mayor,
Guzman.
I move to make the following appointments. For the Arts Commission, Kirk Mealing to a term expiring January 31st, 2028. Lisbeth Vieira to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. And Anne Marie Cheney to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Aviation Advisory Commission, Bud Zomack to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. And Bill Eichost to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Board of Adjustments, Benjamin Neighbor to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. And Donna Duggins to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Now, the Citizens Bond Election Committee, Ian Hugh to a term ending January 31st, 2027. Lisa Baker to a term ending January 31st, 2027. James Huynh to a term ending January 31st, 2027. David Giles to a term ending January 31st, 2027. Joyce Clark to a term ending January 31st, 2027. Gary Hirsch to a term ending January 31st, 2027. And Corey Robinette to a term ending January 31st, 2027. Now, the Citizens Transportation Oversight Committee, Tiana Roberts to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Tanya Shin Unma to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Citizens Utility Advisory Committee, Scott Shearer to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Amber Ford to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Community Development Advisory Committee, Lisa Baker to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Theodora Hackenberg to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Historic Preservation Commission, Timothy Quinn to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Library Advisory Board, Cody Bro to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Megan Tosh to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission, Adina Lund to a term expiring January 31st, 2028. Maria Nesfield to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. The Personnel Board, Irene Avilos to a term expiring January 31st, 2027. Joyce Clark to a term expiring January 31st, 2028. The Planning Commission, Vern Crow to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Tom Cole to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Public Safety Personnel Retirement Boards, Patrick Banger to a term expiring January 31st, 2029, and Charles Erickson to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027. And last but not least, Risk Management at Workers' Compensation Trust Fund Board, Ray Malner to a term as chair expiring January 31st, 2027, and Kevin Granton to a term as vice chair expiring January 31st, 2027. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Guzman and a second by Councilmember Tomachoff. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. If your name was called, please come forward to the podium for the administration of the oath. We will now move on to the consent agenda. Items through 8. Items on the consent agenda are routine in nature or have been previously studied by the City Council at a workshop session. The items are intended to be acted upon in one motion by the council. I don't see any speaker cards. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, items 4 through 8?
Yes, Vice Mayor, I move the approval of consent agenda items 4 through 7 and ask that item number 8 be heard separately.
Okay, we have a motion for items 4 through 7. Do we have a second?
Second.
Who was the second? Councilmember Turner. Councilman Tomachoff was a motion. All in favor of approval of items 4 through 7, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Hearing none, the motion carries. We'll now hear item number 8. Mr. Bailey.
Mayor and council, I'm available for any questions. Otherwise, I'd ask that you entertain a motion to approve with the understanding that Council Member Tomachoff has recused herself from this item. Thank you.
Okay. So Councilmember Tomachoff has recused herself, and so do I have a motion for item number 8?
Vice Mayor, I move we approve consent agenda item number 8.
Okay, we have a
Second.
motion. We have a second. Councilmember Conchas has a second. All in favor of approving item, do I need to do a roll call on this one?
Vice Mayor, you may. However, I have spoken to Councilmember Tomachoff, and Councilmember Tomachoff will not be voting. So you can do a roll call or just...
I'll just do a roll call real quick. Councilmember Baldonero, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Conchas?
Aye.
Councilmember Guzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Tomachoff is abstaining. Councilmember Turner?
Aye.
And Vice Mayor, I vote aye. The motion carries. We'll now go on to consent resolutions. Ms. Bowers, would you please read consent resolution items 9 and 10 by number and title?
Item 10, resolution number R 26-08, a resolution of the Council of the City of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, authorizing the acquisition of real and personal property interests needed for the 83rd Avenue from Glendale to Northern Capital Improvement Project, CIP 202121. Item 10, resolution number R 26-09, a resolution of the Council of the City of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, adjusting solid waste commercial rates for front load and roll-off services and establishing an effective date. And that concludes the consent resolution.
Thank you. I see no speaker cards, so may I have a motion to approve consent resolution items 9 and 10?
Mr. Chair, I move that you want them both in one motion or separately?
In one motion.
Okay. I move we pass and adopt resolutions number R 26-08 and R 26-09 and waive reading beyond the titles.
Second.
Who was the second? We have a motion by Councilmember Turner and a second by Councilmember Guzman to approve consent resolution items 9 and 10. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed by saying nay? Motion carries. It is my understanding that item 11, appeal to the City Council for a CUP 25-10, has been removed from the agenda at the request of staff. We'll now go on to ordinances. Ms. Bauer, would you please read item number 12 by title?
Ordinance number O 26-02, an ordinance of the Council of the City of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, authorizing designated officers to deposit and withdraw city funds from designated bank accounts, directing all banks with city accounts to recognize the signatures of said officers on electronic fund transfers, checks for deposit and/or withdrawal, and declaring an emergency.
Okay, may I have a motion for item 12?
Vice Mayor, I move to approve.
Oh, we have a discussion first, sorry. We have a presentation by Mr. Gibson.
Good evening, Vice Mayor and Council. Levi Gibson with Budget and Finance Department. This ordinance authorizes designated city officers to deposit and withdraw city funds from approved bank accounts. Directs our financial institutions to recognize those officers' signatures, both electronic and physical, and declares an emergency. This item is administrative in nature, but it's essential to city's ability to conduct day-to-day financial operations without disruption. From time to time, the city must update its banking signature authorizations to reflect organizational changes. In this case, recent appointments, including our new city manager, Patrick Banger and Deputy City Manager Thomas Atkins require us to formally update who is authorized to act on behalf of the city in banking transactions. Without these updates, routine financial activities such as processing payments or transferring funds could be delayed, which could adversely affect city operations. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions from the council? Seeing none, do I have a motion for item 12?
Vice Mayor,
Yes.
I move to
Councilmember
approve
Baldwin.
ordinance number 026-02.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Baldenegro and a second by Councilmember Tomachov to approve the amended action. Please, Councilmember Baldenegro, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Conchas?
Aye.
Councilmember Guzman?
Aye.
Councilmember Tomachov?
Aye.
Councilmember Turner?
Aye.
Vice Mayor votes aye. Motion carries. Ms. Bowers, would you please read item 13 by title?
Ordinance number O26-03, an ordinance of council of the city of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article 8, Boards, Commissions, etc., Division 5, Commission on Diverse Cultures, to the Glendale City Code, or of the Glendale City Code. Mayor, or Vice Mayor and Council, the members of the Commission on Diverse Cultures has requested name change to the Commission on Community and Culture. The Government Services Committee is recommending that the name be changed.
Any questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, may I have a motion for item 13?
Vice Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 026-03.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Guzman and a second by Councilmember Tomachov to approve the recommended action. Please, Councilmember Baldenegro, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Conchas, how do you vote?
Can I explain my vote?
Yes, you may.
Yes, I appreciate the commission coming up forward with this recommendation. Typically, I probably would vote no because the word diverse is also in the duties of in the ordinance of the commission. But because it was recommended by the commission themselves, I'm going to vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Guzman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Tomachov?
Oh, I thought you said Conchas. Aye.
Councilmember Turner?
Aye.
And Vice Mayor votes aye. Motion carries. Ms. Bowers, would you read item 14 by title?
Ordinance number O26-04, an ordinance of the council of the city of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, revoking ordinance O19-81 and establishing an ad hoc citizen bond election committee, assigning duties and responsibilities to the committee, establishing effective dates, and declaring an emergency.
Vice Mayor, we have Vicki Rios, Assistant City Manager, who will present information on this topic.
Okay. Ms. Rios?
Thank you, Vice Mayor, members of the council. This is an ordinance that revokes a previous ordinance establishing an ad hoc bond committee, and then this one establishes a new ad hoc bond committee. This was a result of a council item of special interest requested by Councilmember Malner. It makes the duties of the bond committee a little bit clearer as to what the council is looking for from them, and also incorporates feedback and recommendations from the Library Advisory Board and the Parks and Recreation Commission. It also dictates or says that the bond committee will be dissolved at the end of 2026, and so that in the future, if there's another need for a committee, you would come forward with a different ordinance after that time. And it also declares an emergency because it's necessary to get this work done quickly because of deadlines we need to meet for the county if we do in fact decide to hold an election in the fall. And with that, I'll entertain any questions.
Okay, any questions or comments? Seeing none, there are no comment cards, so may I have a motion for item 14?
Yes, we move we adopt ordinance number O26-04.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Tomachov and a second by Councilmember Baldenegro to approve the recommended action. Councilmember Baldenegro, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Conchas, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Guzman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Tomachov, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Turner, how do you vote?
Aye.
Vice Mayor votes aye. Motion carries. Ms. Bowers, would you please read item 15 by title?
Ordinance number O26-05, an ordinance of the Council of the City of Glendale, Maricopa County, Arizona, amending Glendale City Code, Chapter 25, nuisances, Article 5, noise, Section 25-68, construction of buildings and other projects, and setting forth an effective date.
And Vice Mayor, we have Randy Huggins, Director of Development Services, here to present on this item.
Mr. Huggins.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Good evening, Vice Mayor and Council. Senate Bill 1182. Through that, the legislature changed summertime construction hours throughout the state. And the city of Glendale previously had summertime construction hour date ranges from April 15th to October 15th. The state reduced it to May 1st to October 15th. Council gave direction at the workshop to revert it back to the April 15th to October 15th, which is not in conflict with the law. So we'll maintain the 6 months of summertime construction hours. The second change that was made in the law is the start times. During the summertime, we previously had 6 o'clock as our start time. The state has changed it to 5 a.m. And pouring of concrete was 5 a.m. in the city of Glendale. The state has now changed it to 4 a.m. So those are the two changes of construction hours. And then the third change that the state made is they made no exemption for holidays. So if a holiday falls on a weekday, then that holiday in our old ordinance would have required you to follow the weekend hours. But through the state, you would have to follow the hours of the day that that holiday falls on. That concludes my presentation.
Okay, thank you. Are there any comments or questions regarding this item? Seeing none, I have no comment cards. May I have a motion for item 15?
Vice Mayor,
Councilmember Conchas.
I move that the council approve ordinance number 026-05.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Conchas and a second by Councilmember Tomachoff for the approval of the recommended action. Councilmember Baldenegro, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Conchas, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Guzman, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Tomachoff, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilmember Turner, how do you vote?
Aye.
Vice Mayor votes aye. The motion carries. Next on the agenda, we have council comments and suggestions. We'll start off with Councilmember Baldenegro.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. 3 short comments. One, I'd like to invite everyone downtown Glendale this weekend for the Arts and Culture Fest from 10 to 5. It'll be at the Civic Center. It's going to be a great event. The second thing is I would like to invite all the Ocotillo District residents to please sign up for my newsletter and the 2 social media platforms that my office runs so that we can get you the information for all the events happening in downtown Glendale or throughout the Ocotillo District and also throughout the city of Glendale. And I wanted to make a special congratulations to my niece Mariah and her now husband David. They got married over this past weekend. It was a very, very beautiful mass and ceremony and everything. And they are both Glendale residents, so it's a big deal. And I just want to congratulate the newlyweds and many, many years of happiness and love. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Conchas.
Yes, excuse me. Yes, Vice Mayor. Mayor and colleagues, during the Great Depression, the United States carried out what is now known as Mexican repatriation. Hundreds of thousands of people of Mexican descent were forcibly removed or coerced into leaving this country, many of them U.S. citizens. Families were torn apart, due process was ignored, people were targeted not because of crimes, but because of how they looked, how they spoke, or who they were perceived to be. And history did not judge that moment kindly. I start here with history and because it teaches us a clear lesson. When fear and scapegoating are allowed to guide policy, entire communities are harmed, and the damage lasts for generations. Our mission is to improve the lives of the people we serve every day, and that is true. And so we must confront the reality that many of our residents are living through right now. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are fearful. And that fear reaches far beyond those who are undocumented. It includes lawful permanent residents, U.S. citizens, families, children, and elders, refugees, and asylum seekers. It includes anyone who feels they may be treated as a criminal because of their skin color, their accent, where they live, or how they come across. I am also scared myself sometimes. Thank you to the city staff for your care and service to the children being directly impacted and to the people of Glendale. I felt called by my faith to speak out today. I usually don't speak out on these issues. We must start acknowledging the fear that exists because I'm getting lots of calls and emails from residents and respond with courage, compassion, and clarity. And now I have some important district updates. Thank you to Engineering, Water Services, Transportation, Councilmember Baldenegro for attending the Bethany Home and 47th Avenue flooding and storm drainage project at the Rose Lane Community Center. Thank you to Transportation for the new Gus bus stop for the Cascalota Senior Apartments near Glen and 49th Avenue. And to the Cascalota residents, please use it, because if you don't use it, you lose it. So please use the bus stop, the Gus bus stop right there on Glen. And finally, we invite all Cactus District residents and all Glendale residents for a town hall on housing justice with Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays this Thursday at the Glendale Women's Center. We know that the zip code 85301 has the highest number of evictions in the county, and that last year there were over 80,000 evictions across the county, and folks are struggling to pay rent. So come and have some delicious food from the one and the only Tacos Don Hector, who has his taco shop on 51st Avenue and Olive. Everyone is welcome. I hope everyone has a blessed evening. Thank you for listening to me.
Councilmember Guzman.
Yes, Vice Mayor. I'd like to invite everyone to come out to the Hope Walk event on Saturday, the 31st, from 9 a.m. to 11:30. It'll be held at Westgate Entertainment Center in the Yucca District, my district. This walk is being put on by Where Hope Lives. They are the largest human trafficking rescue and recovery operation in North America. And as you know, January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And this walk is in support of that. It is a family-friendly event, and I encourage everyone to come out and support them. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Tomachov.
Nothing this evening.
Councilmember Turner.
Nothing this evening, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. The only thing I have is I do have an event going on in my district on Saturday, February 7th. The annual Granada State Serve Day will be going on. If you're looking to volunteer, we're always looking for additional volunteers. We'll be installing about 80 ton of rock and doing some yard work, painting curbs, and doing some other services in the Granada Estates area. So that'll be on Saturday the 7th. We're going to be meeting at the Granada Estates Park, just there on Greenway off of 67th Avenue. Next on the agenda are the citizens' comments. Council makes this opportunity available to citizens to bring information and business before the council that is not included on the printed agenda. I just want to remind the audience, anyone speaking tonight at this public meeting, any profanity or threats to council will be not be tolerated. So we have Kelly Austin. Are you here? Please come forward. Please state your name and the district that you live in, if you know it.
No idea. I have no idea.
What are your cross streets?
I'm at Marshall Ranch.
Okay,
over
you're in the
here.
Saguaro district.
So 59th and Cactus, we're in there. We are starting to really get going with the community block watch, the crime watch, because we've just had 2 shootings, Friday and just last night. And we have on my street, 57th Drive, that goes into the elementary school. It has no parking. 3 signs at the end of the cul-de-sac, 2 signs before you come into the cul-de-sac, and it becomes a madhouse. We would like blue lighted cameras. We just got done talking about trafficking. I'm kind of like the neighborhood grandma, the neighborhood aunt, and they just let the kids go. And it is a safety issue. And people are coming in there and they don't live there. They're not part of the community. It becomes safety. And they're not even ensuring that the kids are getting picked up. Now, we are going to have a meeting with the school. We've already started talking more to the police department because we are going to start getting cameras in there, if I have to spearhead that. Our fearless leader isn't here, so I'm the one speaking. I feel like I'm at the NCO of the year, like firing squad, but yeah, so we're doing that. We would like cameras on those cul-de-sacs because it is no parking. And it is just chaos, total chaos. And these kids are running around, they're letting the kids go, and nobody's policing nothing. So she wanted me to come here and talk, so that's,
All right.
that's kind of what I'm doing.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have any questions or anything else.
Yeah, we can engage in these type of comments, but what I will do is ask the city manager if he'd ask someone from the police department to meet with it, Ms. Austin, and see what can be done about this issue. All right, thank you. There being no further business before the council tonight, I would like to thank everyone for attending, and with no objections from this council, this meeting is adjourned.